Hello, my name is Lauren Lieb, and I will be your mock counselor today. Please know that I am not a licensed professional at this point, but this is meant to help me become a better counselor in the future. So I do not have my license.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing I want to do with you first is we are going to go over the counseling informed consent form that I have sent you on your computer.
All
So
right.
we're going to go over the statements, make sure that you clearly understand them.
All right. I have it pulled up.
All right. Statement number 1. I consent to video audio recordings being made of mock counseling sessions and to these recordings being used in the growth of the counselor's knowledge and skills.
All right. I initialed that.
Number 2. I consent to the excerpts from these recordings or descriptions of them being used by the Grand Canyon University faculty and staff for the purposes of supervision, research, and/or teaching.
All right. I initialed that one.
All right, number 3. I understand that any part of the conversation that is recorded and/or written down will be kept confidential.
All right. I initialed that.
All right, number 4. I will not disclose any information that may identify me in the mock counseling session recordings. The information given will be fictional and I will use an alias.
All right. I initialed that.
Number 5. I understand that Zoom will be used to record counseling sessions and that Zoom meets both HIPAA and FERPA confidentiality standards.
FERPA, and I initialed that.
6. I understand that if the recording of the mock counseling session activates any suicidal ideation or any other potentially harmful thoughts, I'll reach out to a professional in my area immediately. Neither GCU, the college, nor the counseling student will be held accountable if I harm myself.
All right. I initialed that.
All right. After everything is initialed, if you could print your name below, date it, and electronic signature.
Name, date, and electronic signature. All right. And I make sure to sign the thing above too, saying I enter your full name here.
Yes.
All right. I did that as well.
All right. So, what would we like to talk about today?
Uh, I've been having a lot of depression issues. Not entirely sure what they stem from or why it's there. It's just it it seems to be affecting my willingness to do everything.
What do you feel is suffering the most as far as willingness?
Uh, well, it's kind of hard to say. I'm in college and I get everything done, but I always procrastinate at the last second, and I don't really clean up stuff like I should or anything like that, and kind of feels like it's affecting my personal life too because I'm never with or around anyone because it's just too much effort.
So, for you, it feels like too much effort to go out and actually meet with people because you're too tired? Would that be a right guess? Or
Tired is part of it. It's also, I don't know, it's just too much effort to get up and go out and do anything. It's tired is a part of it, but that's not the only thing. It's like sadness, but more than just regular sadness.
I did notice you say you were getting things done though, which is good. It's hard for you, but it is good that you are still making that effort to get things done and keep yourself on track, even if it is at the last minute.
Yeah, it takes a lot, and I'm just hoping maybe if I just keep going, things will get better. But some days it really doesn't feel like things get any better.
What right now is really making you think it's not going to get better?
I wake up and it just feels like just one more day, just one more day, just one more day. And I'm praying every day that something will change and everything will get better all of a sudden. But I just feel like every day is the exact same. And there's just not enough change. And it takes too much effort for me to really try making that change too.
So you're stuck at a place right now where the effort to put into the change is just too much right now for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it big changes that you're looking for, or just small changes in your everyday life?
Uh, Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. If it's something small, maybe it would benefit me a little bit, but I feel like I need to do something not dramatic or drastic necessarily, but a big change might be the best thing. I'm not sure which one would be better.
How stuck do you feel right now?
Uh, I guess I could use an analogy. It feels like I'm running through the sand in a beach and I never get any distance. It feels like every time I just sink down farther and farther and farther. I run for 3 hours and I made it 2 feet.
What I would think would might help is doing little changes each day because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with a big change.
Is there
These
anything?
little changes could be maybe get up, drink a cup of coffee in the morning, or whatever beverage you like, and just kind of watch the outside. Or if you're not an outside person, maybe stay inside and just, drink some coffee and read a book.
That's something else I noticed is that some of my hobbies, like I used to love reading all the time. I don't know if it's college or the depression or something else, but I don't even have the interest in most of my hobbies. I try to get back in them, but again, it just feels like it's just more effort than it's worth. Is there anything I could do about that?
I would say, as far as rekindling love for hobbies go, maybe remember why you liked them in the first place. Like, what's one of your favorite things to do?
You actually already mentioned it. I used to love reading. I would read all the time. I used to get in trouble for reading instead of doing the other stuff I was supposed to do.
Well, you could always try with like a shorter book. Not like a long chapter book, but maybe a short book, like a short read, short story that you find online that you're like, that's interesting.
I guess I could try something like that.
What are some other things that you feel like you used to love doing, but cannot seem to find the effort or time to put into anymore?
The biggest thing most recently, I would say I don't hang out with any of my friends really. Either occasionally it's a conflict of scheduling, and I understand that that happens. But
Yeah.
even when I have the time and they have the time, I get invited to go somewhere and I'm like, yeah, I think I'll pass. Or no, I don't feel like it this time. Or I don't want to that time either. And I just I'm an introvert, yes, but I enjoy having time with friends. And I feel like I just don't have any.
Why is it that you seem to always never go out with them when they ask?
Uh, Sometimes I'm just tired at the end of the day. And even if it's at the start of the day, it's just the depression. I don't know if it just makes me more tired or if I'm just a more tired person or I don't know exactly what causes it. It's just difficult to pinpoint.
Hmm. Is there anything in your life right now that is really holding you back? That you feel is holding you back?
That's a difficult question. Not really sure. I mean, maybe my own laziness. I'm really not sure.
But you did state before at the beginning of this that you said that while you may have that depression, you are getting stuff done. You are getting up to do the stuff you have to do. So I wouldn't say it's really laziness that is taking over. I think it's just more of the effort that you're pouring in to get all the stuff done is taking your effort from other things that you love doing.
Yeah, I would say that's fairly accurate. It's like I only have so much of a battery every day, and it's always running out long before the day's over. And I only get the bare minimum done, and that feels overwhelming some days.
That's okay to feel like your batteries run low. It's okay that some days you only do the bare minimum. Because if that's all you're capable of that day, that's all you're capable of that day. But I think we need to work on trying to find a way to help recharge that battery. Also, we are at the 12-minute mark right now, so maybe a few more words and we'll have to go ahead and cut this off. But is there anything you can think of?
Is there any recommendations besides trying to rekindle old hobbies? Is there anything specific I could try or do?
Maybe, even though you talked about old hobbies, maybe also try to find a new one that's super interesting. Like, while you may have those old hobbies, maybe those old hobbies don't fit your lifestyle anymore.
That's not a bad idea. I've always wanted to try like woodworking or something like that. That might work. I don't really have to go out to do it. I just do it here.
Yeah. Well, are there any other things you want to go over today?
Um, no, not really.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you. I think we went over some good points. And I hope that this helped you.
I feel like it did a little bit.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me for this session. Have a good
Okay.
evening.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.